Hi, I'm Marshall Knupp, and this is my train movie. So people ask me all the time, Marshall, why do you like trains so much? And for me, it has to do with Thomas the Tank Engine, the history behind trains, all of the engineering that goes into it, and I just like big things that move.
Growing up, I always had the love of trains, from Thomas the Tank Engine to little toy train sets that I would have and run long pieces of track around my house.
When you mention trains to people, they mostly think about steam locomotives. While steam locomotives were an essential part of railroading, they were only used between the late 1800s and 1950. Since then, there have been a lot of improvements in railroading, including what type of locomotives are used. This is the L&N Rail Map, and the L&N was a company that owned railroad from Chicago, Illinois, all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. This stretch of rail is where I live, and this is the CC sub between Cincinnati, Ohio, and Corbin, Kentucky. Now, of course, there's always been changes in railroading, and diesel-electric's the way to go now.
They're the obvious choice of rail companies now just because they're cheap, easy to operate, and if they ever break down, they can be repaired very easily and at low cost. And most important of all, they're fast.
While rail traffic may be busy on other lines in the state of Kentucky, the line between Paris and Maysville and Carlisle, Kentucky, owned by the TTI rail line, isn't. There's freight trucks and other types of traffic throughout the day. But sadly, there's no more rail traffic. The TTI Rail Corporation shut down its rail line in the spring of 2017, and these rails haven't seen a train since then. And that can be proven by all of the mud and foliage that now covers their railroad that was once so grand. Another interesting part about railroading has to be all of the engineering that goes into it. This is Stoner Creek Dam in Paris, Kentucky, and a few years ago there was a derailment here where the train went over and into the creek, causing CSX to have to build this retaining wall here. Another feat of engineering is trestles and bridges across rivers and lakes. This is the Eagle Creek Trestle on the CNOTP line, Sadieville, Kentucky.
So I'm standing here next to Southern Caboose X589, and just like the end of a train would signify, this is the end of my movie. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you find the engineering, history, and photography that goes into trains and railroading as interesting as I do. I want to give a big shout out to my dad, who's been my second cameraman this entire time. And from Warren Pavilion Park in Sadieville, Kentucky, this is Marshall Knupp, out.